Hey everybody, Trendy John here from Simpler Trading. Today is the 2nd of September. It is Labor Day. Happy Labor Day. Hope you guys have a great weekend. I want to go over a couple names I really like. APP, this one's really straightforward. I have a green zone here. This is where I'd expect buyers to come in if for some reason they roll over. Let's say the ES futures, NASDAQ takes a little breather, pulls back. This is what I'd be looking for. I do like this. This is a really bullish setup at this point. We do have a EMA cloud that I'm using here. I'm looking at a 4 hour. So this trade, I'd want it to work out anywhere from 1 to 3 days is what I'm looking at. And next week being a short week, that's perfect. We have a 4 day week coming up. My targets to the upside are 96.98 and then 25% of a supply zone at 101. My demand zone on a 4 hour coming in at 89.97 down to 86.9. The risk of this trade, if you're just going to use it as a uh, you know, anywhere from a 1 to 4 day trade. Let's just say the risk is the difference between 89 and 86. So roughly $3 from perspective of using shares. That's not bad at all. From a perspective of using calls, I personally like 20 September. And I'm looking at the monies. Of course, we can go out of the money, but I don't want to go too far out of the money. I'd like a somewhere in the middle. So that level would probably be, let's just say we can get to 100. We're trading at 93. I probably wouldn't want to go any further than a 95 call. All right. And that's probably sitting at a delta 44. Yeah, delta 44. We do have a little bit of volume on the 100s that is expiring 20 September. That doesn't mean anything. I don't follow that. But what I do know is demand zone here and targets to the upside. Let's look at it a little bit bigger picture. I started some shares on this, very small position so far. I sold naked puts. I covered those last week for about 60 or 80%. Those worked out. Price went up as expected. From a daily, looks awesome as well. We had a demand zone here. Price came into that demand zone. It is pushing to the upside. The only thing I don't like on the daily is we have a trendy turn signal, and you can see here when trendy turn signals happen, bad things tend to happen. But this is a little bit different. You know, this was 2 days up. Came into a huge topping wick where this is actually pushing up through a topping wick, rounded out at a demand level. And here, right, we're not seeing demand until we get to here. All right, and let me just show you real quick. So we hit that demand, it pops for a little bit. This hit demand, a little bit stronger demand, pops for 2 days. So if for some reason it repeats something like this is where I want to be getting long. Now, for me to add shares into this, I want price a lot lower. It would have to hit 82 and possibly come in here around 77 for me to keep adding shares. Far as calls, again, I like 20 September. I like targets up to 96 by 101. Let's go to the weekly. This is what it looks like from this perspective. You guys can see here that I'm using this as a zone. So here to here, just being a little safe. And then I broke that zone into quarter increments. So we know that we have a supply zone here. All right. And because of that, I want you to be careful. But shoot, I mean, 93 into 97 by 100, that's a great move if we can get that. Okay. One last chart. Let's look at the quarterly bigger picture. This is why I'm buying it. I like these kind of setups. I love IPOs that trap retail here. And then, retail, that's you and me. We get really scared. You get out of the position. We wrap back around. We're headed back up to that supply. We have gone from red to white candles. I love to see a transition and a hold of the supply zone. And then we go green, meaning the momentum changes from red to white to green. And then we break out to what I'm expecting in 2025, potentially, is, the back end of this 116 and then new highs up towards 138. That's what I got on APP. If you have any feedback, feel free to leave it. I hope you guys have a wonderful Labor Day, and we'll see you soon.